Hey y'all, so 5 things to know about pregnancy care in Switzerland. I'm Dr. Fatou Forna. I am an OBGYN who works to improve care for pregnant women in the US and around the world. So I travel a lot for work to different countries around the world, and today I am in beautiful Geneva, Switzerland. So I wanted to, just talk a little bit about the Swiss healthcare system and how they take care of their mothers. Switzerland, it's a relatively small country. They have about 89,000 deliveries a year, where the U.S., of course, has 3.66 million babies a year. So relatively small. However, it's very, very wealthy. You can see it, just kind of being around, driving around. There's a lot of banking, just a lot of money. It's a wealthy country in general. But 5 things. Number 1, Switzerland has one of the lowest maternal mortality rates in the world. One of the lowest. There are 7 maternal deaths per 100,000 live births. That's of course compared to the U.S. We have, 32 maternal deaths per 100,000 live births. So relatively low maternal mortality compared to the U.S. Some other things about Switzerland. Let's talk about the C-section rate. It actually has one of the higher C-section rates in Europe, actually one of the highest in Europe, even higher than the US. So 32.8% of all deliveries are by C-section in Switzerland. The US is 30%. And Europe is relatively lower. France, for example, has about 20% C-section rate. So Switzerland has a slightly higher C-section rate. So let's talk about number 3, universal health coverage. Switzerland has universal health coverage. This is important. Universal health coverage is where your population has access to healthcare. Everyone in your population, they're able to afford, buy healthcare, and get care. Of course, that's huge for maternal health. Women need to have access to care throughout their pregnancy, before and after pregnancy, to have good outcomes. So Switzerland has universal health coverage and care. The US, of course, does not. So that's really a big positive, something we can learn from Switzerland. Something else about their health system that I think it's pretty interesting is they have a lot more OBGYNs than we do. They have, about 4 times as many OBGYN per 1,000 population than we do. They also have a lot more midwives than we do. A lot of the care is by midwifery. They have 8 times more midwife per 1,000 deliveries than we have in the US. So great things: universal health coverage, a good maternity force with OBGYNs and midwives. So those are some of the reasons why they have such low maternal mortality. All right, let's talk about number 4, paid maternity leave. Most countries in the world have paid maternity leave, and Switzerland is one of those countries. They actually give their moms 14 weeks of paid maternity leave. In fact, they pay them up to 80% of their salaries, and they are not allowed to go back. Even if you wanted to go back, you're fine. You can't go back before 8 weeks by law. So 14 weeks of paid maternity leave. Of course, comparing back home to the U.S., we don't have mandatory or paid maternity leave by law. We have FMLA, which is a law that allows your employers to give you time off, but you're not necessarily paid. And a lot of women don't have paid maternity leave, and because of that, they don't take it. So great for Switzerland, good paid maternity leave. They also have paternity leave. They have every 2 weeks of paid paternity leave. All right. So number 5, disparities. Disparities are important. They don't have a lot of Black people in Switzerland. It's not very diverse. However, what they do have disparities, and Swiss women have better outcomes than women who were not born in Switzerland. So women who were not born in Switzerland have higher maternal mortality than those born in Switzerland. So not being born in the country is a proxy, of course, for immigrants. Some of them are Black, but we see a disparity there too. So I just wanted to come and talk about Switzerland. It's one of my favorite countries. The World Health Organization is here, so I come here a lot for work. You know, wherever I go, I want to talk about a country and learn about a country, share it with you, because we can use that information and hopefully learn from it to survive and thrive. All right, so I'm going to show you around. That's Lake Geneva. That's the jet d'eau in the background, that little, water fountain that just kind of shoots so high into the air. Lake Geneva. And you can see the Swiss Alps in the background. So that's the city. So this is beautiful Geneva, Switzerland. And I hope you learned something about the Swiss medical system, how they take care of moms. And next time I go to another country, we'll have a discussion about how they take care of their mamas. Bye.